Mar here for B-Sides at Austin City Limits 2022 with one of the amazing performers, our dear friend SOFI TUKKER.
Hi.
What up?
So lovely to see you.
So good to see you again.
You too.
You are
Always.
a welcome sight for sore eyes.
So are you. Every time we see you in these press areas, I'm like, let's
It's
go.
always so cute.
I need to run into you at like Whole Foods or something.
I know.
I do spend.
We'll bust
maybe
out the
too much
camera and
time
we'll
there.
do that there. How are things?
Things are great. We're happy to be here.
Yeah, you are no strangers to Austin. Is this, I don't know, kind of like a homecoming of sorts? Every time you go to these cities, you do the circuit?
Yeah, I think we have enough friends here that it does feel kind of like a homecoming. And just going to these festivals, no matter where it is, we see you guys, we see the other artists. It's kind of always a homecoming.
Yeah.
It's really fun, especially because we've been in Europe for the past month and a half touring. So it just feels good.
I'm glad you brought it up because I've been very concerned about you guys. And the European tour was like every other day.
Yeah.
Splendor in the Grass, canceled. Flying 50 hours just to, perform for the Aussies. And it didn't happen. How are you? That's what I mean.
Literally everyone is like,
SOFI.
are you okay?
Yes. SOFI, you're shaking your
Maybe
head.
we
You
should
know what I'm talking about.
post every other show on our Instagram
Yeah.
so people stop worrying
People are
about
like,
us.
I am really tired just vicariously watching this. No, I mean, it's tiring, but we're thriving.
I mean, you look well rested.
I feel pretty well rested.
Yeah.
I mean,
We're a
makeup's
little
real. No, I'm just kidding.
Makeup's real. Also, we're definitely jet lagged, but we're doing what we love to do.
How do you?
Yeah, we get so much energy from doing this.
Yeah.
The music we make makes us happy. We're lucky that it seems to make other people happy, and when you get that energy, it's like drinking coffee all the time,
Yeah, and we're getting better at setting boundaries and saying no and taking care of ourselves and doing the things that we need to do to
Right.
make us sustainable.
Good.
It's good to have
we're trying to be
time
active
to go to
about
the
that.
bathroom sometimes.
Every other day, like I said, you were in a different country or doing 2 shows in Germany or 3 shows, wherever it was, and it was just amazing to see the reaction and those kind of things. Do you get time for massages? Do you have meditation? What
Honestly,
are the tricks?
I do everything.
Yeah.
Yes. Lots of massages.
I don't.
Lots of meditating.
Sophie does. By everything, she means maybe twice on the whole tour she had time to get a massage.
I mean, I go out of my way when I can. Yeah, it's true. I only got one massage this tour for 5 weeks. But I did get a massage the other day.
Okay.
And it felt... Actually, I was screaming the entire time. It was not a relaxing massage. It was
it's one of those shiatsu
help
with the
me.
elbows.
Yeah. Have you ever gotten
Those
an
are the good
elbow
ones.
in the calf?
Oh my God, yes.
Literally, and it's for 6 seconds
That's
at
funny.
a time.
I'm doing that to myself right now.
Oh yeah, you are.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was yelping, but in a good way.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Clearly, you have a reason for all this busyness. Congrats on all the success on Wet Tennis. ESPN picks up the songs, and you guys are just on this amazing trajectory. And you and I have had this consistent relationship throughout it all.
Treasure Island.
Yes,
One of our
2015.
first-
Rickshaw Stop, San Francisco.
Rickshaw Stop even before that?
Yes.
That's
Jeez.
incredible.
Yes.
That's
Because Treasure
really
Island
cool.
was one of our first ever festivals
Yeah.
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you had moments to be able to reflect, have perspective, and
Yeah, I mean, we try to, use each other, I guess, to just be this is really cool.
Yeah.
We're really, because we're also very ambitious and we're constantly thinking about what's next and what we're making next and what we want to do. And, we try to pause and just be hey, this is really cool. We're really proud of what we're creating. Really proud of the culture of it was very clear to us when we were in Europe and we were in Australia and North America. I mean, we've been touring for 5 months, this album, and it just feels like people know what we're trying to say. People come really dressed up. They come ready to participate, and it feels really good, and we're really proud of the values and the culture that it feels really exists at all the shows.
It was really apparent when we went to, countries that have really different cultural values and rules even, and we were not sure what to expect. And it was clear that the culture we were bringing to the show, people expected it, knew what they were getting into, and maybe even needed it. And
Yeah.
it felt so good rather than just, maybe it's people who like a couple songs and they come to the show, but they don't necessarily understand
The world.
the world. And it felt really good because it felt like a culture.
You created that culture and really nurtured that culture, especially during the pandemic with all those daily Instagram lives. I feel like that's where the Freak Fam was really born.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, we DJ'd from our living room for hundreds of days in a row.
Literally in a row.
In a
on
row.
the
yeah.
dot around 11:30,
No days
12
off.
o'clock.
Yeah.
12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Well,
and people really did show up and, choose to stay positive and, again, like, dress up, make friends, like, get to know each other, like, use the music as the catalyst for creating a culture that they were really craving. And so we're really happy to be a part of that. And that's also, like, what our album was inspired by. Like, it's been a huge...
I mean, at every show in Europe, at every show in Australia, literally everywhere we go, there's a huge constituency of Freak Fam with signs. Sometimes it says their username that always will say a couple of, the day. It's like day 980 since the Freak Fam started. It's like that.
So people
count
will hold
continues.
up like day 980,
Yeah,
at the
it
show.
just-
I
it's
don't know what day
really-
it is today. Something like that.
We'll see in a
Yeah,
couple
we'll find
hours.
out.
Someone will have it,
Yeah.
right? That's awesome.
It's
And now
cool.
you are also releasing a clothing line. I can't tell you how happy I am for you guys. Honestly, like from 2015 to now, it's been 7 years.
Jeez.
We recognize each other. We say hello.
Yeah.
And it's every time that you're on a different level and doing different things. What is this clothing line about? Who is the designer you're working with? And tell me.
Yeah, so basically our album is called Wet Tennis. It's an acronym that stands for When Everyone Tries to Evolve, Nothing Negative is Safe, which is basically what we were just talking about with positivity and the culture. But it also is wet tennis. So, it's fun and playful and tennis themed. And
the history of tennis fashion was something we've really loved, and there's always been like a give and take with fashion outside of sport and tennis, and it's just always been something we've been fascinated with. But the exclusivity and the you can only come to this country club if you're wearing all white and you play tennis in all white, like that stuff didn't fit at all with our values and what we are trying to build, it felt like. So we wanted to intentionally make extremely colorful, loud, beautiful versions of those types of clothes, just to kind of comment on that, but also we love it.
yeah, it's also what we're wearing on the album cover.
I was about to ask and mention that, right?
Yeah.
That's
And I'll be wearing it today.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
So will I.
So will Sophie.
That's awesome. And it's affordable.
It's affordable. It's not unaffordable.
Right.
Hopefully.
We try.
Depends who you ask.
Yeah.
It's not. You're not going the yay route.
Yeah. No. We don't need to talk about yay.
I love you. Thank
We
you
love
so
you.
much for doing this,
We love you too.
and best of luck with everything.
Thank you guys.
You too.
Sophie Tucker here at ACL 2022 with B-Sides.